Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I want to put my fan on. 1 second. There we go. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday on this October the 25th at 3 p.m. Pacific. The last In the Void stream, I think, for a while. Maybe Sunday. Doubt it. But it's great to be back. I'm going to do my best to spend a bit of time here today recording these new reflections. But, there is a but. Tomorrow, I'm running my workshop. So, although it's all prepared, I want to do some testing because I bought some more gear. That's what it was. I bought more gear to test out. So I'm gonna do some testing with that and preparing in general. Got all my agenda all sorted. But it'll be my first ever workshop on finding the hidden unconscious root cause of things like anxiety, worry, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of fear, fear of not having fear, fear not fear, fear of fear, fear minus fear. You can go to josephclough.info/workshop because it starts tomorrow. And I've included the recordings this time. I said to myself I wouldn't, then I said to myself, I will. Because people were emailing me from different time zones. Because in England it starts at like 5 p.m. and it's a Saturday, and some people had things they had to do. And I had some people like New Zealand, Australia, and it's like stupid o'clock in the morning. But I try to do it early as possible for me at 9 a.m. I don't usually go live at 9 a.m. So, we're including the recordings now. So if you can't make it tomorrow, the recordings will be there. With the disclaimer, I won't be selling them after. I will not be selling after. Yes, so Michelle, this is temporary. Simply because I've got so much work to do. And the only way I can go live is by doing it while I work at the moment. But on Monday, I'll be back to normal with a hypnotic meditation. I've got enough hypnotic meditations for YouTube until May next year now. Or hypnosis sessions, and also the app until January next year. So I thought if I haven't got enough time, because it's either me not be live and just do this, like be not here on Monday and on Friday, and I thought, well, I'll just do it live. But yeah. So these are going to be mini recordings on different subjects. So let's have some fun. The bit of gear I got, I'm trying to work out. Do you want to see it? Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. I definitely like being more on camera, that's for sure. I like to stand and speak. And thank you, Cheryl, for the very kind super chat. Appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you, as always, way too often. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hey, Mina, great to have you here as well. And for anyone else out there, there's a stream I don't ever do. Like I said, it's for the app. So, yeah, it's a temporary thing. Just temporary. Why won't I sell them? Just curious. Because I don't want to. I really want people to take action. I really do. Like, the one thing that I know with transformational work is action. And if I have to sometimes force a bit of action, I will. Like a bit of scarcity. Because there's no reason not to right now. Because you're going to get the recordings. But I might do the workshop again next year. But it might not be till like later next year, like halfway through the year. Could be this time next year. See, we're always split. Always split. Some people like things, some people less so. The plus side of here, I don't have to get all my lighting done and get all my setup. It reduces about 15-20 minutes of my time, which is fun. Getting that back. Oh, my gear. You don't see it. So, let me see if it will work. I need to get it in front of me. Whoops. Oh, goodness gracious. So, let's see if this works. So, this is on Canva. And this is what I've been practicing on. So I bought this digital pen. But it's... Hey. Hey, where'd you go? See, I don't know if I like this. Where did you go? Stay... Okay. Okay, come on now. Oh, here we go. Oh. But it's making my writing even worse, I think. So, I don't want that button. Oh. So if I were to go... Yeah. So I'm not quite happy with the results so far. But I only got it yesterday shipped to me. Hollow. So I might need a different app. That could be the reason. Or different settings. Oh, no. Can you guess what it is yet? Quite the artist. So I really wanted it to... I think I'm getting better. So that's what I'm trying to work on. I'll be on the camera in that black space. But I'll see. So I could just do this with my mouse. So much probably easier. So now I'm just doing it with my mouse. Or maybe not much better. So there we go. I'm not quite sure all about that stuff. Yeah, maybe next year. I'm not promising, but maybe next year. Okay, let's get on to the actual work so we can actually be productive today. So let me move this pad out of the way. Yeah, I want to break things down. I might actually just go old school and have my pad and write it and then just show it in the camera. That might be better. But we'll see. We'll see. So what should we do today? I want to get at least 4 done. And I had to rush here, so... Okay, radio silence for just a few seconds. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. And in this reflection, it's going to be a big one in terms of what I believe many people experience. And that is the myth, absolute myth, that we're broken and unfixable. Now, it's easy to be able to feel that way. I get that aspect. Because if you've gone through maybe decades of pain, or rejection, or fear, worries, and doubts, if you went through significant emotional events, that's one level, right? Then, if you add to it, if you've been trying to find the answer, yet every time you do therapy, hypnosis, coaching, a podcast, a book, a seminar, a training, and you don't quite get the results, of course, you're going to go, well, it's going to work for other people. I've seen it, they've said it, but it never works for me. So it's easy for us to understand how we may come to the conclusion based on the data of experience and decisions that make us feel broken and unfixable. So I get it and I understand it, but if you ever or continue to have that belief, we're going to be seeking out more of the same. Because you're evaluating your future based on that belief system, that we're unfixable and that we're broken. So the way I see it is, it's not that those processes that you used or therapies you used aren't good. They may not have been all good, of course, but I think it's more about putting our attention on the wrong thing. You see, most people focus on what they feel the most. So therefore, you try to work on what you feel the most. So if you go into therapy and you're going and talking about anxiety and it doesn't go away, you might go, oh my goodness, I'm broken. But maybe anxiety isn't the real issue. It's just what we feel the most. It's like if we bang our leg and we feel pain, yeah, we want to pay attention to the pain, but we want to understand what's creating the pain. Is it a fracture? Is it a strain? Now, until we understand what that is, it's going to be very hard to be able to make the change. So what I really want you to consider and seek out is, it's not that you're broken. It's just you haven't found either maybe the right solution, but we're not really working on the real issue, the real conflict. So remember, you are not broken. If someone else can resolve the issue that you've had, you can too. And remember as well, here's the other thing. The unconscious mind will forever keep the issue, no matter what therapy, whatever access or vehicle you're using, it will keep it until there's a safer way of being. For every problem, there is an intention behind it. So if your unconscious mind is not seeing or getting an upgraded solution, it's going to resort back to the thing of trying to keep you safe. So once again, it's not that you're broken, it's just that your unconscious mind hasn't found, you haven't even found the root cause, or if you found the root cause, haven't found a safer way of being. That is what we should be putting our attention to, and that is why you are not broken. That's just a judgment that we've made based on the data. But just because we've had that past experience of data doesn't mean we have to jump to that conclusion. Maybe we can use that data and information to refine our attention to the real issue. And that is the root cause, or if you found the root cause, actually coming up with a safer way of being. So just remember, you are never broken. In fact, I believe that the root of you is whole, which is love, which is oneness and beingness. We've just got a bit of internal conflict that needs to be resolved. So with that, I look forward to speaking to you on a future reflection. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay, that's one down. One down. We need at least 3 more. 3 more. Because we are never broken. We just haven't found the right solution or cause. And that could be a great weight lifted off our shoulders. I would not say that's a good drawing at all. So I was just testing out a bit of my tech I got yesterday evening. That is not quite the... is that showing on my screen? Maybe it's a delay on my side. So yeah, I've got a digital pen I was trying out, but I'm not very good at writing on it yet, so I might just go old school. I'm better with my mouse, I think. But I will say, I was once an artist. Not that you can tell right now. Not that you can tell. There you go. Get back into the void. Get back in the void. Hey, Med, great to have you here. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Mary, great to have you here. And hey, Kim. Welcome back. Thank you for your kind comments. Pleased to hear it. Yes. Yeah, I'm not very good at a digital pen, but I don't know if it's because I need to buy an expensive one or not, because I'm not going to use it often, but I didn't really want to spend a couple of $100 on something just for the once when I can just do it by hand, but we'll see. Hey, you superstar Shelly, great to have you here. Hope you're doing well. But that, I brought the gear for my workshop, which is happening tomorrow. You will get the recordings. If you've been in my program, you do not need it because you've got everything you need. But it's at joesclough.info/workshop. But oh, you don't need to be in it if you have been in my main program. And you get the recordings. I bet of all the things you've been going through. And you're going to feel better and 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 better. Wow, 27 pounds is crazy. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, I was talking to my trainer today, and I'm going to probably butcher this, but I just had an idea of one about this. And it might be a good reflection for those who don't know it, so we'll just go with it, and we'll put it in there, or we won't, we'll see. But how should we frame it, though? Okay. Let's go ahead and start a new one. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. Now you may have heard this before because it's nothing about me in the sense of my ideas and thoughts, but it's something I was talking to with a friend today, and it was an idea from Alan Watts. If you ever get to hear it on like YouTube, it's far better because his voice is so awesome. But imagine this as a concept. Imagine, and I'm going to kind of butcher it a little bit because I just want to keep it nice and refined and maybe have some thoughts on it. But imagine if you went to sleep and you had the ability to lucid dream. In other words, you could do anything you wanted. You could become anything you wanted to be. You could achieve it. You could have all the money in the world. And once the idea is that you have all this total power and freedom to create and to have and to receive, an interesting thing begins to happen. Because having played out all the absolute freedom and choice to experience all these adventures and these perfect adventures where you always win, there'll be a period of time where you'll actually want some resistance because it's just too easy. It's too easy. Everything just comes to you. You've got everything you need at a click of your fingers. You can transform into anything. So after a while, you would be going and creating situations where you have less control and more of a challenge, where you'll face more friction, even fear, worry, or doubt. Because there's some element to living because of that. And it's almost as if you dreamt long enough and went down that way enough, we would end up what it's like to be in the waking state of who we are today. So it's an interesting concept that I really enjoy to think about. Because sometimes if we have everything too easy, it just becomes boring and there's no fight for something, there's no real action, there's no real innovation from the conflict. There's no real learning, there's no real adaptation through the experiences that we go through. So have a little reflection on it. Maybe the stuff that you're going through is actually a part of the cycle of life that actually gives you the ability to learn, to gain wisdom, to broaden your mind and your concepts of what it is to be alive. For when everything is way too easy, we actually crave some substance of adventure where we are out of control but have the ability to grow from the resistance. So with that, reflect on it. And I look forward to speaking to you on a future reflection. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay, that was one. I hope I said it correctly in terms of how the wonderful and amazing Alan Watts, he's not around anymore, but look into his work if you're interested in those kind of philosophical discussions. I've got a lot of his work. There's a lot of it was on YouTube as well. So I haven't opened the app. I paid for the app when I was in Thailand once, and that was really good. It was like lots of his lectures. Alan Watts, W-A-T-T-S. I like my main program, and some of you in the chat have been in the program. Hello, you superstar Diane. I hope you're doing wonderful and well and great and amazing. Great to have you here. I don't know, have you been on this stream when I've done a stream like this before? So ultimately, I've got enough podcasts to last me until, on YouTube, until May next year, and the podcast and app until January. And because I'm doing an update to the app, which you know about, I showed you like a bit of a video of it. there's a new section called Reflections, and they're going to be like 4 to 6, 7, 8 minute bits of information or like concepts and ideas to reflect upon. So because I've got a finite amount of time before I go away and I'm very busy at the moment, the only way I can be live is by working while I'm live. Yeah, I really like that concept, because when you have everything, you have less desire. Even in times of, say, peace and tranquility, there gets to a point where we actually want growth. We're designed to learn, like to innovate, to grow. We're always, like, you're here, hopefully, to seek more knowledge and information. We go to school, we go to college, whether they're good or bad in terms of how they teach us at times. We are built to innovate and to fly and to drive and to create. Oh, good. Do you mean Alan Watts stuff? Or do you mean this dream? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We want to become, from the caterpillar to the butterfly. I am going away. I've only got like a few more streams because I've got that speaking gig I've got to go to as well, which I think is on the Friday. I'll be back. No, I'll be gone. I'll be gone. My last stream of the week will be the 4th. So we've got 3 more streams to go, and then I won't be back until the 29th. So almost a whole month I won't be doing a live stream because of the speaking gig, because the traveling, and then the jet lag. Because I arrive back on the Sunday the 24th. Then I'd usually go live on the 25th, which won't be happening because I'll get back on the evening of the Sunday, and then I'll be back on Friday, the 29th. Yeah, he's super awesome. Fantastic voice. He's got some great lectures online. Or maybe, I don't know if they're all online. Oh, thank you. I'll be back. Unless I won't. But I should be back. I'm sure I'll be back. So we did the rough. Like, it wasn't in front of me. I'm just going by memory, and I listened to that one like a year ago. So hopefully I gave it justice for how great of an analogy that he had. Okay, we're going to follow on. So someone asked a really good question on my coaching call. So we're going to go for that one, because it's going to actually, that question, to the person who said that question, is going to be very, very helpful in instigating transformation to potentially thousands and thousands of people who listen to my app. And especially through the lifetime of the app, however long it exists in the world. This one question that person asked could create something amazing. So thank you for the person who asked that question. So I'm going to have a bit of silence for a moment for post-editing purposes. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. And this reflection is totally designed with the intention to be able to make the hypnosis work within the app so much more profoundly than ever before. So, it's all about intention. In fact, everything we do starts with an intention. Every issue we have is an intention, usually protection. or a safety mechanism. So when using hypnosis, wouldn't it be good to have an intention beforehand? Now you might be going, well, Joseph, of course the intention is to lose weight if I'm listening to a weight loss one, or to eat healthy, or to let go of anxiety, depending on the track. Of course there is an intention there. But is there an honoring of what you're about to do? Because as the induction goes, as we're starting the hypnosis, there's elements of me saying, go ahead and decide and declare to release X, Y, Z, and to be ABC. But what I'd like you to do to test and to have fun with, to take a few moments, maybe a minute or two, just before you listen to the hypnosis session, to really think of the importance behind it, as to what it will give you when you totally release what no longer serves you. What would it be like? And not only that, what would it be like having let go of the problem in terms of what you would receive in all that is good in the known and unknown ways, like play it out into your future. Think about how you would like to feel safer without the problem, knowing the intention of the issue is safety. And to ask your unconscious mind with that intention to transform in this hypnosis session for the most undeniable experience at a conscious level, or something similar to that. Because as I said, everything we do starts with an intention. Usually those intentions are unconscious. But once you bring to light the intention at a conscious level as to why you are listening to this, it actually gives momentum. It gives you leverage, because you're telling your unconscious mind why it is so valuable and so important to release or to work on whatever hypnosis session you're listening to. And of course, if you listen to a day or a sleep one for 30 nights, for example, and you have 30 intentions, you're just building up that momentum. And you're honoring yourself. You're honoring that sacred few moments to put the power of intention. Because intention, like I said, is everything we do, but there's been lots of studies around the power of intention. Whether it be the book, I think it was called Messages in Water, when they would put intention out to water and then freeze it, and if they put negative intentions out there, it would all be distorted in crystals. Or if they put beautiful intentions out there, it would be these wonderful, beautiful crystallizations. And there's been a lot of stuff with Rupert Sheldrake as well, with his experiments around intention. So there's a lot to be said. In fact, Lynn McTaggart did a book around intention as well. I think it's called The Intention Experiment, based on memory. But intention is everything we do. But if we put our attention to the intention with power, with presence, with meaning, it's just going to supercharge your transformation while you listen to the hypnosis. So I hope you enjoyed that reflection that you can apply, and I look forward to speaking to you on a future one. Okay, that was another reflection done. I gotta write intention. So thank you for the person who came up with that question on my coaching call, my main program, because that's gonna be very, very helpful for those who listen to that reflection and bring that into all the other hypnosis sessions. That's what I love about group coaching, by the way. Because people have a question. So it's called like generative learning. If you have an idea or a question, but let's just say an idea in this context, and we can reflect it back to a question. But if you have an idea and you keep that idea quiet, it's just an idea, one singular idea. But if you share that idea with me, with a group of people, or other one, a loved one, they will then have an idea based on your idea, which gives you then the ability to have more ideas. That generative learning creates so much more. Now, if we apply it to the question, if you keep a question quiet to yourself, it just stays an unanswered question. But if you bring that question out, like on a group coaching call, and then I can go into it, then other people go, oh my goodness, I never knew about that question. But it was my question. I just didn't know I had that question. And I wonder what we can say about this. So what kind of learnings? A bit like the analogy of Mary. It kind of sparks an idea in our mind. We can resonate with that. So, yeah, intention and asking questions is very, very powerful. I think next year you should take a week off after every stream. No, I wouldn't do that because then my work would get behind. I have honestly thought about doing one per week. Because I used to do 3 times per week. But I could get into 1 per week. Because these live streams are literally a fraction of my work in terms of success. I love being here with you. I like interacting. I like being on camera when I'm on camera. But it's only a fraction. Like, my live views, even post reviews on the live, so people watch the replay later, is like 2% of all my uploaded videos, let alone if you had the podcast. I don't think even my birthday was really a break, in my opinion. I'm gonna have a beach holiday one day soon. Decide and declare. Yes, Amento said, decision is like punching a hole in the universe, creating a vacuum that it will fill, conspiring to help you. That's rad. Well, this one, no, that got in. That one got in. So, what else? We've done 3. I said I want to do a minimum of 4. Since we talked about Alan Watts, let's do another one. And I'm going to probably get it all wrong. Maybe like the Alan Watts one. I don't know. It just popped into my mind. So let's go for it. I'm going to hydrate for a second as well. Might be a longer silence. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. And in this reflection, we're going to go into how we potentially see so much information in the world today, and not all of it being very good. If you look on social media, we see lots of stresses and strains and conflict in the world, and we've had quite a few in the last few years. And if we look at the news, it's never really positive news. There's lots of world news and local news, political news, and it's very, very hard to not get caught up in it. And it gets us into a stress state. Now, how do we manage that? Well, number one, we do have to be reminded that we are in the safest time of all times. Like, where we are right now in terms of kind of infrastructure, roof over our head, clothes, electricity, clean water, on the most part, for most people. We have lots of information on the internet, so we're pretty safe compared to, say, 200 years ago, walking down wherever we'd be walking, or going back further. So number one, we've got to be very conscious. Look, even though there's a lot of conflict in the world, we are safer than ever before. Good reminder. But if you are experiencing a lot of seeing of all the bad things, it reminds me, and you'll probably know it far more if you're in America, but good old Mr. Rogers. And if you remember it, it's good to remember. If you haven't heard of it, it's really, really good. You see, when there's lots of conflict going on, and Mr. Rogers, by the way, was like a TV show for children, teaching lessons, real wholesome, amazing guy. And there was a conflict, I believe, going on in the world, and one of the questions was, well, how do we deal with that kind of conflict? Well, like, how do we kind of teach the kids, and how can we manage and navigate that? And I believe, I might get it wrong, so forgive me if I did. I didn't grow up with Mr. Rogers. I've seen the documentaries, I've seen the movie, I've seen episodes and so on since being in America. But I think he said, look for the helpers. Look for the helpers. Now, what an amazing thing to say. You see, we tend to focus on all the wrong in that situation, all the conflict and all the fear. But look for those in that situation who are helping, who are supporting people, who are trying to provide solutions, who are trying to provide supplies in that area. And it will give you a sense of humanity and community. That is where we should be putting our attention if our intention and attention has been on all the negative stuff. Because within all the conflict, there's going to be so many beautiful, wonderful souls who are trying to help people in those situations. And it's a great thing to reflect on. It really allows you to see the beauty of what someone can do, even in some of the darker times or the darkest experiences on a global level or a country level or a local level. Because there's always going to be a helper out there. And maybe we together can lean into that and be the helper. Because that means we're actually trying to make the world a better place together as a community. But either way, if there's conflict in the world and you find yourself being too immersed in it that it's kind of really putting you off kilter, look for the helpers in that situation. You're going to see a different perspective. You're going to see a different experience. You're going to see the humanity and the love even in that contrasting experience. I do actually have in the free hypnosis, or sort of, the free section of the app, you can type in world events. When there were lots of stresses a few years ago, I wanted to create a day and a night version on world events totally for free because I want to help as well. So if you are struggling, that's my go-to for those who need help, and that's going to help you kind of deal with those things in that Mr. Rogers-esque way at an unconscious level to give you some relief. So just type in world events in the search bar of the free hypnosis section in the app. Always look for the helpers, and I look forward to speaking to you on a future reflection. Many thanks and goodbye. Thank you, Mary. I should have said that. Giving credit to Mr. Rogers' mother. But will that do? Let me know in the chat with what I said. Because like I said, I watched a documentary years ago. Great documentary on Mr. Rogers, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But did what I say give a bit of justice to what he said? Because I don't want to annoy people by not fully knowing. Let me know in the chat. Because I can always edit it if I have to by having that quote in there. Maybe it'll make people think. Maybe it'll make people think of the actual quote as well, though. And say, you're wrong, it was this quote, and that might deepen the change. Oh, thank you, Mary. That's very, very kind. I do want to be a helper. I surely do. Because I've been on both sides of the equation, and I definitely know what it's like to be on my side, and I don't want to go back on the other side. Okay, cool. Whew, thank you for that. as I want to do things right in a justice way. And because it came to my mind on this stream, and as you know, most of you know, I don't actually prepare that much. All I've got is a list in front of me, which I've created, of the sentence. So that was our 4 done. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 to go. But I can do the others later because I think I've recorded about 30. I think I've recorded about 30 of these. There's only one way to find out. Where on the goodness? Alright. Right. It's in my secret files of reflections. Oh, can I just do edit? Get info. I've done 44 so far. 400 megabytes. Just under. So I've managed to record these free reflections. 44. My goodness. I have so many windows open for this. Oh, good. Thank you for that, Kim. Appreciate that. That's funny, and I'm pleased you did. So we've done 44, got what, did I say 27 or 29 to go? But if we've got 44, and I release one every other day, that gives me 88 days of content ahead of time. Although within the app, you'll get 6 or 7 in there already. So that'll give me 80 days of content. Plus, I got these 4 on top of that just now as well, which I recorded. So that's brings us back to the 84 or so. Yes, if I'm going to look for, I've got my new version of the app, so it should be. I'm going to just make sure. That's a good reminder, because like I said, I just thinking. So World Events is episode 326 and 327 for the sleep one. And then on episode 469, I did a audio. And 344. We've gone through some events for me to have to keep going back to these sessions in terms of recreating the topic. So check out 326, 327 for the day and night hypnosis. And then 344 and then 469. But at least that was 600 or so episodes ago. So I haven't had to redo a new version of that. I just thought of a new topic. Did I do it before though? No, I don't think I did, so I'm just going to do it anyway. There we go. Thank you for everyone. That's what it was. Alright, let's do this one, because it just came to my mind. I'm going to quickly hydrate again, and then I'll start. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. I feel you're going to really enjoy this, because I think many of us do exactly what I'm about to say. Do you ever find yourself comparing yourself to other people? whether that be on social media, whether it be to your friends, whether it be to the comparisons of the expectations were placed upon you, which made you then feel inadequate. Because social media can be a good thing, but there are a lot of things out there where we're just seeing the best so-called glimpses of their life, and some of those could be artificial glimpses as well. But it's easy to get into that comparison conflict that doesn't really serve us, because it makes us feel inferior. It gives us thoughts of scarcity. It makes us feel not enough. But the reality is, comparison is not a bad thing. It's the direction of comparison as to how we're using it. So I'm not saying do not compare yourself, but I'm asking you to compare yourself in transformational terms in a totally different viewpoint. So once again, we tend to lean into the comparison of others, whether they be real, whether they be imagined, whether they be digital, online, or whether they be local in terms of those in our life. The next big car, house, job, relationship. There's many forms of comparison that you might be holding up to. So how do we do a reframe in how we compare or use the comparison in a positive way? I always like to do the reverse comparison by changing it into one of ourself and also the past. And what I mean by that is compare yourself not to others, but compare yourself to where you were yesterday, from a week ago, from a month ago, from a year ago. That is the greatest measurement of and tool to really see how far you progressed. Now, of course, if you're not happy with that progression, it can be a wake-up call. But also, I think if you really look honestly, there's going to be a time in your life when you weren't listening to, say, hypnosis or these reflections on my podcast, or maybe seminars, books of other people, trainings, other people's sessions, all of that stuff. But you've been doing the work since. So compare yourself to where you were, and you might be surprised, and you might even be proud of how far you've come to date. And then you can learn from that and then go, well, if I improved from a week, a month, a year ago, from 10 years ago, and I'm proud on some of the progress, maybe not everything, because some things take time. But if you are, you can then be secretly excited on the inside of where you'll be in the future, having come so far already. So I hope you enjoyed this very short reflection on comparison, not to others, not to things, not to situations, not to anything beyond yourself, but actually within yourself, your past self, and to be proud of how far you've come and how far you're going to go. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay, that's another reflection done. We have done 5 now. We said 4, we've done 5. That was a mini one though, right? Comparison conflict. What do you reckon? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Gotta get out of the way of the keeping up with the Joneses. I could have added, if you are going to compare yourself to others, maybe not compare, but model as to how they got there. Because that means you're in a learning situation. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that as always. I like this video graphic. It's like an inverse universe. Alright, we've been streaming for 64 minutes. So, habit, behavior, decisions. I could do this one, having just remembered the subject. Habit, behavior, decisions, or beliefs maybe. And remember, tomorrow, if you can make it, we are doing a live workshop. josephclough.info/workshop. And a bit of static. Why does my app crash sometimes? Not my app, there's a different person's app. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Just that previous one. Let's get back to it. Right. Oh, no, whoops. We are seeing almost behind the void there. No. My system, please work. No. Why can't I rewind you? I didn't lock you. Maybe with lock. We'll lock. It'll come back maybe. It'll come back. Yes, be brave. Be on camera. It helps with... So, with anything, you feed off energy. And if I'm just talking to blankness, a bit like in the void a little bit, I mean, it's nice to have your comments. Sorry, I coughed there. Ideally, being in camera means I can really connect and we can really have a group momentum. So it's going to be really, really fun. And once again, if you attend, you will get the replay. The recordings, once edited, of course. Okay, so where are we? We did 5. Should we stop at 5? Should we stop now? I think so. We've recorded for a good hour. So if you have any questions, feel free to put any questions in and I'll do my best to answer them before I sign off. If you don't have questions, that's fine as well. So we can enter the weekend. Like I said, I got my live workshop tomorrow. So I need to prepare for that with my doodling. Whether I should keep this bit of gear of writing. Oh my goodness, sorry. That's the thing when you got so much stuff in front of mics. Stop it. Get out of here. No. Get out of here. Wait, get out of there as well. Where is it? Oh, click the drawer. Click that one. I want that one, please. No. There we go. Why am I drawing at an angle? I'm getting a little bit better at writing. But why at an angle? Should I send this back? Blue. Blue. Right. We'll keep it for now. We'll keep it for now. Yeah, trying to figure things out. Trying to figure it all out. But that means I've got another piece on my desk. What I should really buy, to be honest. Maybe I should just buy like an iPad. And then connect the iPad to the Mac Studio, like via a wire. And then I can just use my, I don't know, would that work? I think that might be better. It would just cost what? How much is an iPad? How much is an iPad? I bet they're pretty, $1,000 or $2 for a good one. But that might be my next step. Or I just won't. But okay, we are done for today. I'm going to keep on working in terms of my preparation for tomorrow's workshop. Go to josephclough.info/workshop if you're keen. You will get the recordings if you do purchase by today or before 9 a.m. Pacific, because that's when I've got to shut it down. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your feedback on some of the things I said, because I want to make sure it's pretty right, because I'm just recalling from my memory. And I'll be back on Monday for a hypnotic meditation on camera. I will be back on camera on Monday, and then probably the same on Friday. I don't know if I had enough time for a power talk. I think I need 2 more hypnosis sessions in. And remember, then I have 3 more streams left before I go, I think. Thank you, Michelle. You have a wonderful weekend. Yes. Here's the thing. If you have any nerves, that's fine, because it's important to you. If you were just so go easy, I don't care, that's complacent. You want a little bit of energy there. Maybe we just turn it into anticipation instead. That's a far better emotion to have. But if you have it, it is fine and it's good. And it's going to be fun. I like all my work to be fun transformation. So thank you all, and I will look forward to speaking to you on Monday about it. Yeah, well, we'll have a little chat, a little debrief maybe. So thank you all. I'll speak to you all soon. Many thanks and goodbye. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that very, very much.